This video is brought to you by today's featured, super touchy-feely, creepy shirt. As you know, creepy Uncle Joe Biden's running for president. What better way to show him our appreciation than with a shirt, hoodie, or mug, reminding the American people that not only does he seek the ring of power, but he wants to take inappropriateness and perversion to a whole new presidential level. So let creepy Uncle Joe lay his dirty little hands on you today. The link to this shirt and over 85 conversation-starting designs is in the description below.
Lay your hands on me. The sweet smell of psychological operations. You know, there's a reason they call it television programming.
MSNBC videos don't typically go viral on YouTube, but this little piece of propaganda programming did. It was launched yesterday and is closing in on about 500,000 views. The title is Psychiatrist on the Essential Emptiness of President Donald Trump. Here's a compilation and distillation of what they're saying about Trump in this video, as they, like all fake stream media, continue to propagate the left versus right dog and pony show and cash in on the clicks they generate in their insane asylum attempt to make it look like Trump is the only Looney Tune that's ever been a part of Washington's funny farm.
The president is a raving lunatic. He is not well. He probably canceled the trip to Denmark because he knows President Obama is scheduled to go to Denmark a few weeks after what would have been the Trump trip, and President Obama would surely get a much more positive reception from a much, much bigger crowd than Donald Trump could have mustered.
What you talking about, Will?
No biased journalism based on speculation going on here, folks.
If we could construct a psychiatric Frankenstein monster, we could not create a leader more dangerously mentally ill than Donald Trump. He's a paranoid, psychopathic narcissist who's divorced from reality and lashes out impulsively at his imagined enemies.
He lies because of his sociopathic tendencies that Dr. Gartner was talking about, that he lies in the way anybody who scams people does. That he's trying to sell an idea or a product by telling you something that's untrue. There's that lying.
Can you name a president that hasn't applied to?
There's also the kind of lying he has that is, in a way, more serious, that he has a loose grip on reality.
If he was a paranoid schizophrenic and he was wearing a tinfoil hat, then he wouldn't be elected president. But he's just sane enough, as it were, to pass, but actually detached from reality, as Dr. Doda said, so that what is real is fluid. It's totally malleable according to his personality disorder.
What's going on here is a classical psychological operation where the social engineers are broadcasting clear truths that naturally apply to every politician and pinning them all on Trump as though he were the only one that could possibly apply to. This results in undiscerning viewers relieving the tensions of their own cognitive dissonance because they know all these horrible characteristics apply equally to their precious savior Obama or the cultic criminals, the Clintons, or to any power-thirsty political parasite. This also short-circuits the minds of viewers to resurrect some form of credibility and trust in mainstream media, who must be telling us this because they care about us and the state of America, right?
Mr. Trump's sociopathic characteristics are undeniable. They create a profound danger for America's democracy and safety. Over time, these characteristics will only become worse.
Donald Trump, because he has a fundamental need to be all-powerful and all-loved, can't stand challenges. He would become more unhinged. He started to talk about how people were agents of fake news. He said that they would go out of business soon. Basically, that they would die. That NBC and the New York Times would be dead within 6 years.
And there's a little covert protection to get people to sympathize with fake stream media by the further vilification of Trump.
He can't stand anything that disagrees with him, and the more you challenge him, the more unhinged he becomes, the more paranoid, and the more violent, potentially.
That right there literally just described corporate media's stance against any who would question their claims as an authoritative source.
He doesn't really love anyone except himself. That's not a slur. That's a psychological fact. People like him are about him. That's part of the essential emptiness of Donald Trump. He doesn't have real relationships with people, maybe his personal family, we don't know about that. He discards anyone who doesn't fit his personal needs.
And Doctor, we need your analysis.
Of
a president who stands up and compares himself to a king, refers to himself as King of the Jews, refers to himself in a godlike way, turns to the heavens today and calls himself the chosen one. What is that?
There are a lot of grandiose people. There are a lot of people who are narcissistic. Donald Trump goes way beyond that. There is a fundamental way in which, as I said, he's empty. There's something fundamentally different about him from normal people. It's a psychotic-like state. The more you press him, the more you see how disorganized and empty he is, the more he flies into a disorganized rage. He really doesn't get it. He thinks of himself as a dictator, and it's all him, and no one else really matters.
What mainstream media is hoping you don't get is that they just try to program you into thinking that psychotic behavior only applies to Trump. Like I said, this diagnosis could have easily been applied to Clinton, to Obama, to Nazi Pelosi, or Chucky Schumer, or AOC. But they want you to focus your attention and outrage on Trump as though he were the only bad guy and there aren't other monsters in the swamp. And this simple programming works for many people as indicated by the massive like to dislike ratio. And to top it all off, the very first comment under this video pretty much delivers the affirmation that their social engineering attempt hit the target. When will this nightmare be over? God, when? Everyone, please vote. As though voting is the thing that'll ensure that we'll get something other than a half-baked, power-hungry, narcissistic psychopath in the Oval Office. Don't forget to help me fight against YouTube censorship by sharing this video with everyone you know, and take a minute to leave your thoughts about this in the comment section below. I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video. If you guys enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, and share it with everybody you know. Also, check out over 100 hard-hitting designs in the shirt store, and if you want to support more content, hit me up on Patreon or PayPal. All those links will be in the description and in the pinned comment. I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video.